This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whenever you're tuning into this one. It's a post game edition. Everybody else has gotten an opportunity to do it live this week. I wait until Saturday when I'm out and about enjoying a fire, sitting on the couch, whatever you want to say. I guess the fireplace is on in here, but it's mighty cold out there for a guy like me. However, we are sitting here enjoying an Edmonton Oilers victory over top of the Golden Knights, right? I talked about it for the past 3, 4 days. Is just simply put, this Oilers team has somehow, some way seemed to have turned a corner recently, and now you see it. You take care of business against the Anaheim Ducks. You take care of business against the San Jose Sharks, and then you roll into Vegas on the back half of a back-to-back, doing the oddest thing in the NHL nowadays, in which you're playing your goalie on both halves of a back-to-back, and you go out there and win yourself the hockey game. That one is pretty incredible, my friends. But before we get too far into it, I want to tell you right now, as I see everybody coming on into the stream, if you're new to Dolynny TV, I want you to consider hitting that subscribe button because, friends, tonight, tomorrow morning, we can get this done and hit that 10,000 subscriber mark here on the channel. We are currently 17 subscribers away from 10,000. So if you'd be so kind to, hey, on a great night for the Oilers, consider helping out a guy, a local YouTube guy here on Oilers YouTube. Greatly appreciate it, and I can't do it without you. Anyway, let's do it. We get to the comments. Stu, you've got the comment of the night, that being Play La Bamba, baby, and I know this is something that we've been waiting for on this Nation Vacation tour that they're doing in Vegas right now for Oilers Nation. This has been something they hyped up all along, that they are going to sing it loud and proud in Vegas tonight, and we've seen them on TV, I believe, so we're going to have ourselves a very good time seeing this stuff on Twitter coming out of Oilers Nation with the La Bamba live from T-Mobile Arena. So that's fantastic there as well, and a really great thing that the Oilers Nation does year in, year out with these Oilers Nation vacations down south. But the pups just are jealous that everybody else went outside and they're stuck inside. Sorry, don't mind me. Of course, the challenge is being on the road, but hey, you know what? I love the pups. They're fantastic, and we'll get them dealt with here in a matter of moments. But friends, I guess you're coming to me for an actual recap. No, that's what we're looking to do here tonight is recap this Edmonton Oilers game. Well, we got good news today, right? I mean, we'll have the full video later tonight or tomorrow morning. Mr. Evander Kane will be in the lineup on Tuesday, according to Tim Peel. That, of course, you can go check out Patrick's post game on the Oilers Fanatic. He'll have many more details than I will. But as we're sitting right now for the Oilers, finally a result against a big boy team. And as I said, you know what? You start taking care of business against teams like Vegas. The Oilers are the biggest threat to first place in the Pacific Division, simply because you think about getting Evander Kane back here, whether it be on Tuesday or by the next little 2 weeks here and you get into the All-Star break with them. Whenever it ends up being, the Oilers are the biggest threat because, right, I think LA and Seattle are going to settle into the rhythm there where they're going to be 2 and 3. If the Oilers want to get anywhere in that top three, I think they would be gunning for number one. And I think that's where, obviously, I think a team like Vegas could fall off. But they don't fall off unless you beat them. And the Oilers take care of business tonight, beat them 4-3. And that is fantastic for us because that, again, gets the job done, right? That helps us out big time and allows us to get where we need to go here towards the end of the season. And I mean, the old joke for most of this season has been the Oilers can't win more than 2 games in a row. And here we go. We've gone out and won 3 games in a row, all against Pacific Division opponents. All 3 games we need to go out and win. And pardon me there. Sorry. Oh, hold on. Don't hold on. I'm fighting it. Oh, there we go. That's better. That's better. All right. Anyway, you guys are getting to the Jack Campbell comments. So let's get to that. Jack Campbell tonight steps in on the back half of a back-to-back after getting in on the first half of the back-to-back and turns in another, I wouldn't say stellar performance, but here's the thing. For Jack Campbell and the Edmonton Oilers, if Stuart Skinner's in net too, if they allow 3 goals or less, the Oilers stand a pretty good chance. I'd say almost a 75% chance night in, night out of winning a hockey game. That's right. Like, you got to think, right? If Jack Campbell at the start of the season has a goals against average of anywhere between 295 to 305, we're not talking about being outside of the top three. We're talking probably being right neck and neck with the Las Vegas Golden Knights. So we're right there for it right now. And when you look at it too, Owen, I think I just saw your comment. Hold on, I'm going to tap the screen. Can I bring up the chat? Can I do this? I don't know how to bring up the chat again. Maybe right there. Sorry, there it is. We got 6 of 8 possible points against Pacific Division opponents. The game against LA, I would have wished we could have won that one because of what it would have meant in the standings. But hey, you know what? Calgary wins today, Seattle wins today, we win today, and Vegas loses, all in regulation. That is perfecto for us on a big time road trip to close it out against the Vegas Golden Knights. Obviously, there's still more to come from the Oilers on Tuesday when you face the Seattle Kraken. But you imagine now what you'd parlay a victory tonight against the Las Vegas Golden Knights into against the Seattle Kraken, especially if Evander Kane's back, and you get yourself a victory in there. Well, suddenly, right, things start adding up, bing, bang, boom, and this Oilers team is right there in the thick of it, just on the turn of a dime in the middle of January. And this is something, right, I had somebody bring this up to me in the comments here. Oh, I thought Jay Woodcroft was losing it the other game when he pulled Skinner mid-game. Well, absolutely. That was a sign of trouble, right? I think I phrased it as overcoaching. But these past 3 victories, Jay Woodcroft's come in and stopped the overcoaching, right? It would have been way too easy against San Jose to run out Connor on his birthday and try and get him the hat trick. He played 18 minutes. That is simplified coaching. You get up, you build that lead, you're playing a bad team, rest your guys for tonight. Clearly it was needed, and clearly it was the right move by Jay Woodcroft, and that's what you go. Go simple, be simple, do the job correctly. That's all we're asking. Jay Woodcroft did that in these last 3 games, and you know what? To some extent, right, I could have been wrong on the poll about Stuart Skinner, but at the end of the game, that Stuart Skinner poll was more on the team than Skinner, and now all of a sudden, as it piles up here for the Oilers, is Jack Campbell is on himself a heater, and you're going to get Stuart Skinner back probably by Tuesday against the Kraken. So then you actually have to make a choice between 2 good goaltenders for the first time all season. Right, earlier in the season, it was Jack Campbell, who had won games but hadn't been great, versus Stuart Skinner, who had been great but not won games. Whereas now you got 2 goaltenders capable of winning you a game in convincingly fashion most times, against Seattle Kraken, who have been on an absolute heater themselves. So it all comes down to Tuesday. Realistically, here's the thing, right? Game in, game out, nothing matters unless the result tomorrow is just as good. That's the problem. That's the way you get into the playoffs. And if for the Oilers we can get that result on Tuesday against the Kraken, good to go. But a housekeeping note, because I also saw the comment earlier tonight too. Just want to get to everybody's comments here once I finish up my thoughts. But I also had this comment come on. Am I sponsored by BioSteel? Do I sell BioSteel? Like, what is my deal with BioSteel? Guys, it's quite honest. I don't have a deal with BioSteel yet, but I would love to have a BioSteel deal. Like think about how cool that would be. That would be a nifty way to celebrate 10,000 subscribers. But here's the thing: 4-0 this season when I drink a BioSteel on game day. You better believe it. And you know what we'll be doing on Tuesday. I got one in the car waiting for Tuesday at work when I get there. So friends, I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. That's been your post-game report. I could add a whole bunch, but again, I don't need to overcomplicate it on a night we win. You want somebody else to break it down for you, we can. So I'm going to give everybody their thoughts in the comments. Boston, if you're still watching, thanks so much for tuning in. Smurfy, if you're still watching, thank you very much for tuning in. Epiphany, thank you for tuning in. Again, the 10,000 subscriber things, we've already covered that off. It was a big-time win for the Edmonton Oilers. We've already covered off the defense and victory stuff there, I believe. Goaltending is coming in form. Already get this going. And yes, Evander Kane we've already talked about. Soup we've talked about. And as we get going here, play like this, yeah, I think realistically everybody's kind of getting after it, that all we have to do is just continue to win games. So friends, thanks so much for tuning in this evening. Really appreciate you being along. Have yourself a great night. I'm still debating if I'm going home or not. I think I am going home, so we'll talk Evander Kane as soon as I get home this evening. But until then, enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. Don't get up to too many shenanigans if you're having a great night out. Make sure to get home safe, get somebody to drive you, and we will catch you, well, maybe tomorrow. All right. I am up on out of here.